It's the time to get down.
I've already taken it there. So early in the morning. Everybody, first of all, come on now, get your coffee.
We're ready.
I'm pulling up the stuff because, you know, it's a special day.
It is a special day. And why is it a special day, my brother?
Because it's Martin Luther King's birthday.
That's right. And it's
not his birthday.
It's the holiday.
It's the day that we agreed that we would celebrate as his birthday to make sure that everybody and the unions were satisfied and got their days off.
Yeah.
Because usually you get to choose certain days off. Mm-hmm. You don't get everyone off. You got to choose.
Right.
So they had to put, you know, by putting it on a Monday, that means more people are going to choose it because people love to have Monday off.
That's right.
They love. That's right.
That's it.
Monday and Fridays, right? They want to be off.
Mm-hmm. True.
So even though his birthday is the 15th, it is observed on the third Monday of January each year, which is around the time of his birthday.
Got you. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be attempting to remind people throughout the day. And what better way than to show the video? So we have a special 24-hour broadcast going on around the clock. So after the show, you'll be able to tie right back in.
Okay, that's good. Okay, good.
Hey, Vic, by the way, what's coming up today in the world of sports?
Okay, you know what? First of all, I got a partner on my team. Football, right? Mm-hmm. Did your teams win?
She's going to help you.
Yes, my team did win.
Which team is that?
This is actually like my second pick. It's only emerged because my dislike for the Ravens so much.
Why? Because you little birds, little black birds. They're little black birds.
So overrated. I'm just so glad that they got shut down finally.
Oh,
they are getting on.
See, I know one of her teams she picked. It's got to be one of mine.
She don't like Suggs.
Both of my teams made it through. Hey man, you got to give Suggs his love. I'm
trying to figure her out. That's okay. We're gonna chart her head.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh, we got to talk.
I just blew your mind.
Yes, you did. You did. You just blew my mind. She just took. Disrespect.
The record just skipped.
No,
there should be an applause for that one.
Thank you. Oh man, you need to follow her lead. See, that's what he's trying to find.
Oh my God, am I being shot? Is this a drive-by on me right now? Am I being?
No, but that's what they do to me because I'm not a Laker fan.
Oh yeah, the Lakers boo hiss on that too.
Oh,
wait, we got to stay. Wait. Football.
All right, so we're gonna have some sports today. What's going to be the sports topics today? Later on, we're trying to tell you what's coming up.
Okay, well look, right offhand, we're going to be talking about, of course, the New York Jets, Green Bay Packers, and of course, throw Chi-Town in there, and then Pittsburgh. But really, what we're going to do is handicap the teams, and when you handicap the teams, those who went home teary-eyed. That's one thing. So we're going to bring that up a little bit later, Mario. And there's some trivia there, such as shocked, stunned, or expected. Let's see how good you guys are when I bring up those statements for you.
All right. Well, as you know, in the news world, we do the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. That's what we call it. And today we're going to have, there's a bunch of bad news. Unfortunately, we're going to deal with the Brazil mudslide.
Yeah, that's
and at least bring people. We like to keep you aware of what's going on in the world because we know that our audience is so conscious and into world issues. So again, we'll take that, and because it is Martin Luther King's birthday, we have to take a moment to do some serious stuff.
Right.
So we're going to do a little bit of that. We're going to talk about the governor says that being governor cost him $200 million. We're going to talk about Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Who's that?
Who had her leg amputated. I know, it's sad.
Oh my God, she had diabetic.
Oh, yeah, well, and getting old too. So we're going to deal with that. Then to cheer everybody up, we have some fascinating YouTube cat videos. We know how much you love cats and videos.
That's his fetish. I'm just letting you know.
And then we're going to pick one of these YouTube videos about the whole issue of what went on in Arizona. Get some input from people because there's some things that we have to talk about. Okay, all right. So that's what's coming up in a bit.
Yeah.
But now it's that time. We like this other time. Okay. Oh, I forgot one other thing. Coming this week, Vic. Coming later this week.
Yes, sir.
Take a look, everybody. Later this week on Tuesday, January 18th, we're going to have Jesse Lewis IV. He's going to be here with whoever. We don't know. Whoever he can pick up on the street.
Who's Jesse Lewis?
Jesse Lewis is our resident comedian.
Actor.
Okay.
Actor, artist, model, drag queen.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're talking about a guy here.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends. We'll let him define it.
Yeah.
He's beyond gender.
Oh, okay.
He goes beyond gender.
Yeah.
He's taking it to a new level of non-gender.
All right.
Okay.
It's coming full circle for you now.
She got it.
And we'll leave that alone. We're also going to have on Tuesday, right? Sean Richards.
Sean Richards is going to be joining us. She's going to
Take a look at Sean.
She's going to lay down a new sports. You know, I have to move
You're
back.
bringing the sports. Man,
Yeah.
sports is going crazy.
Yeah, man. She
I'm
wants to
telling
bring
you.
it in. Yeah.
Okay, on Wednesday, we have comedian Ricky Del Rosario.
That's right.
And promoter Kevin Roos.
Yep.
Okay, also we're going to have Turquoise
Right.
Fraser sitting in. And I think one of these days, Stephanie Ray is going to be here.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
She'll be here
I
tomorrow.
never know.
Yeah,
it's
that's
part
okay.
of the challenge of being the host.
That's right.
On this show,
Right.
is that I always have to wonder who I'll be with.
Okay.
But ladies and gentlemen, here comes the time that we love so much.
Here it is.
It's the sipping and schmoozing.
Okay.
If we couldn't have picked a more obnoxious name for the session. Sipping and schmoozing. It's a very orally focused session. This is where we meet our guests. And this today, again, we have our live hot pick, Christina Forbes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But before we go further, lest you get an opinion just by how wonderfully she speaks in that voice, let us sway you with intimate pictures of her.
There we go.
First and foremost.
Oh, that picture right there. That one's a gag picture. My roommates who are at home right now watching, my roommate Apple shot that with the Andre bottle. So
Tell us
think
about
that was
Andre.
her- Oh, God.
It makes a wonderful company for most picnics, right?
yeah. Gee. Everybody sips that.
Wait, look, tell us, and you girl, first of all, I'm so impressed that you could get down there like that.
Really? I'm flexible.
I am. So tell us about this picture now. Your friend shot this?
My roommate shot this, and well, I can't give all the details away. That'll take away the camera. But
Okay.
needless to say, it speaks for itself. It's an Andre bottle. You know, you had to represent, right?
That's right.
Girl, I'm telling you. And how about here we go here?
There was the same shoot.
It sure is.
Look at the lovely.
Yeah.
She's just very well accessorized.
Yeah, the eyes get you, man.
Yes.
Eyes.
Always, I try not to look too deeply. It's distracting.
Oh, really?
You only get one. You only get one life, man.
It's like
Look
it's
as long as
distracting.
possible.
I gotta, watch.
Yeah.
And here she is, rocking the stilettos.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's tight. That's tight.
Stilettos,
Now there's
pumps,
some
and the
thigh
thing.
there.
Yeah, the lighting, the whole thing. That's tight. Man. I like that silhouette. But my fave, colors.
Thank you, guys.
The
This
colors.
is also done. We did a whole series with my roommates again, Melody and Apple.
Oh, you shout out to Melody and Apple.
That's some sensuous stuff.
I know.
I'm
Their
trying to
names
sneak.
out
So tell us about you, Christina, because we want to know. So you're such an enigma to us here.
Really?
Where did you grow up, and where are you from?
I'm from all over. I was born in New Orleans. I lived in Tampa until I was about 10 years old, and then I finally settled down in Maryland, Columbia, Maryland.
Wow.
Okay, right outside of D.C. Yeah, I know Columbia, Maryland. I've spent a bunch of time in Chocolate City.
Yeah.
That's where I went to school. So yeah. So you grew up in that. So, and how did you? I guess you've always been beautiful.
No, this is a recent development. No, I'm kidding. Thank you very much.
I love that's
Thank
a good
you
one.
very much.
Very much so.
Yeah, I went to college out there, Salisbury University.
Wow.
You hear that? See, I
Wow.
told you guys. See, more than that's our big thing, Christine, is that the women that we bring on this show are so exceptional. They always, at least, we have this slogan: more than eye candy.
Yeah.
They're more than what meets the eye. Always.
true.
Got to be multifaceted. You can't be one note.
Yeah.
That's
So
for
tell us
sure.
about your
hear it.
early school days. What were your what was your interest in direction?
What, in college?
Yeah.
International business. But I always had a passion for acting, so that's what brought me out here.
But what? Okay, now I can't help. I can't see. I just can't jump past it. What made you interested in international business?
Because I always been interested in business, but I didn't want to just go get a business administration degree. I wanted to be able to travel, you know what I mean, and get that extra leg up, heads and shoulders, you know.
And in terms of being interested in business, in terms of having your own business, is that something that you saw?
Yeah, definitely potential for that. I mean, it's hard to work for other people. It's better just to,
Are you right with
be an
that?
entrepreneur. And
Now,
Well,
what's so
yourself.
interesting
Yeah.
is that when you're young like that, people so often say, "Oh, you just fantasize, and that's just a dream, girl." To just dream along and have goals in that area. Where did that come from? Where did you get that kind of confidence?
got to represent moms and grandma.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I mean,
See that?
strong black women.
That's right. There you go, man. Can't HOtt say.
Well,
Can't be
tell
mad
us
at that.
what
Can't be
what
mad.
kind of how did tell us how that impacted you to do those things, mom and grandma?
I've just come from a really strong I don't know, their enthusiasm has just always been academics, achievement, success. Like you can't fail.
Are they all
try your
are they
best.
all pretty women too, like you? Who
Absolutely,
do?
absolutely.
But
I
they
look
all
just
go-
like my mother. I am my mother's child.
Wow.
Wow. And then stress it yet that whole emphasis on academics.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to school, and in that time that you were looking at business, you had other.
Aspirations.
Tell us about some of that.
Well, while I was there, I kind of wanted to transfer to UCLA, but I don't know. I think my mom
Why?
got nervous.
The weather was it?
I came out here to visit a friend, and I kept extending my trip. And my mom was like, "Girl, if you don't get back here, I will fly out there and yank you back. You need to finish, and then you can go pursue whatever you want to pursue." So she's been a huge support to me. She's like, "You're not married. You don't have any kids. This is the time to do it." So I have to make it happen for sure.
Wow. So there you go. See, now I say this because out there behind so many successful people are parents that encouraged you.
Yeah.
You know, said take risks because that's a risk. You know, leaving home to go across the country. Now, I must admit, especially being a beautiful woman, you worry, even though I think my parents were worried about me when I left here to go to D.C. It is a big deal to leave behind your friends, go into that new world kind of yourself, and do that. That takes guts.
Absolutely.
What was the first thing that hit you that made you not want to go back right away when you got here?
Ooh, I don't
First thing.
The lifestyle, my friends.
Really? You made new friends quickly, let me guess.
The weather.
The weather.
There's always something going on. Sometimes in where I went to school, I found that, there was nothing to do. You know what I mean? There's always an event,
Right.
whether it's free or paid. Like, you can always go do something. There's museums, there's events constantly being thrown, and it's the entertainment industry. You can't beat it. So.
That's it. Yeah. She hit it, man. It's always something you're cracking. And the weather is the number one.
Absolutely.
And we are spoiled no matter how much. We are spoiled.
You
by
know,
it, man.
and I've been saying, I didn't want to, you hate to sort of, bask in that too much when everybody else is freezing all over the country.
Yeah.
But the whole
I always
country,
do.
I know they're in a cold spell, right? And it's
Yeah.
80 degrees, you guys. We've had I had to open the windows up, turn on fans.
Yeah.
That
Not
whole
cool.
deal to get ready.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, we take it. There's some trade-offs. Somebody asked me, we were chatting from North Carolina, and he says, what, can you throw some weather over here? I said, can you throw some cuisine back over here? Because LA's really not known as much. Believe it or
Why
not.
is the food so bad here?
The food is good. You got to get those men to spend more.
I know that's right.
Oh,
They're not taking you to the right place. That's one thing. The brothers out here are cheap now. Times are hard. But I tell you, L.A., because I'm the one who, listen, I say that L.A., you can get the best international food. Let me give you an example. You can get the best Thai, just like you in Thailand. You can get Mexican, and not just Mexican, anything in South or Central America you can get here. You can get, I go to a place, they got the fat lady slapping tortillas.
Really?
I mean, when they bring you those tortillas and you understand why a Mexican love tortillas. It's a whole different experience because you can get, that's because they hear, barely legal.
you are wrong.
That's why I support them.
Okay.
I support the right of all colonized people to move freely within the colony. You know how leftist I am out here, y'all.
Okay.
So y'all know.
All right.
So I don't mind. I'm not gonna turn you in.
You know what? You just throwing them under the bus.
I'm just saying, L.A. Well, the thing, if you have the adventure, is spirit. There's so many good restaurants you can get to.
Right.
That was my problem, right? Vic, I had that was part of my moratorium.
That's true.
To cut back for the year.
Right.
I cut back on eating out because I was eating out, baby. I was. Ooh.
That's my favorite.
I'm gonna tell you this much.
People, and girls would say, just when you meet me, you give up eating out.
Cheese.